Yes, people. Welcome to a special edition of
Really,
the
Tom?
Mandem United podcast. Special edition of the Mandem United podcast. You can see here I'm joined with by multiple special guests. Ahmed is in the building. Eddie is in the building. Ivorian is in the building as well. What you man telling me? Obviously, this is the first Mandem United since getting hella background noise from Ivorian. 1 second. Yeah. Ivorian, unmute yourself when you're ready. Just getting hella background noise from you, but yeah.
Sorry.
Yo,
Let me mute.
it's calm, fam. It's calm. But yes, people, special edition of the Mandem United podcast. The first one since Ollie sacked. Ollie is finally gone. You can see everybody smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying? We made it. You know what I'm saying? We won the war. We made it. Look, Eddie over there toasted. We made it, people. We made it. But first and foremost, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. I'm gonna let all the man them have their say. You lot get any questions in, please keep them Manchester United related as well. We'll go to you first, Eddie. You know what I'm saying? As it sank in, obviously this is a few days on now from Ollie being sacked. So your thoughts?
Mandem, how we doing?
Yeah, Mandem, we're good. Before, obviously, I got introduced. Not even a special guest. This is the guy who I started the show with, innit? So, welcome to the show. JV's in the building as well. Are you telling me, JV?
Not JV no more. It's Ollie out OG. Get me? We finally got the wish, bro. Get me? We finally got the wish.
We got the wish, we did, but yo, welcome back, fam. It's been a minute. You get what I'm saying? So it's good to have you back.
OG is back,
yeah, man. I did, man. I had to call everybody for this one, didn't I was like, it's a special edition. I shouted everyone. That's why JV's here, Eddie's here, Ahmed's here, Ivorian's here. There'll probably be more man dropping in at some point as well. But yeah, Eddie, we'll go to you first and foremost on it. Obviously, we was live the day that it happened and after. But how does it feel a few days after now that Ollie has actually gone?
I don't even know what to say, man.
Yeah.
We told y'all we was gonna be here longer than the manager is, and now it's about 2 days longer than that bum has been here. You did,
yeah.
So hands up, praise God, we moved, baby. We moved, baby.
So praise
God. So I got my little. I told you my cup was gonna be close to me. Now
my cup was
gonna be close to me.
You did say this. And JV, we haven't.
Take one more for the boys. We even have to work. Don't tell nobody.
Now you don't tell no one. 100%. No one don't know. You know what I'm saying? At JV, we haven't spoke since the opening day of the season. I think. Yeah, I think it was the Leeds. It was the Leeds game. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts? When did you think he was going to be sacked? Did you think he was going to survive? Your thoughts? And I actually forget all that. How do you feel now he's gone? Let's get to that. You know what I'm
saying? How do I feel now he's gone?
Yes. Let's get to that. Yeah.
It's like one of the ops died. No, I'm only joking. I feel. I'm joking. I feel. You know what? I'm finally glad now because everything what man has been saying for the past 2 or however many years, yeah. I'm seeing certain people on telly saying now, his lack of tactics cost him the job and this and that. But it's like when man was saying it, man were hate. I just feel vindicated. I feel like a bus case. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone thought I was lying and finally the verdict's come through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everyone's seen it with their own eyes. The guy has been he just was never good enough. Don't get me wrong, he brought his good moments, but you're always going to have good moments. You know what I'm saying? You will have, even in the worst situations, you will still have good moments. You get what I'm saying? And he was one of the worst situations. Like, I was sat the other day and I was thinking, there's no other top team that will go near him. We should be having managers who, like, a manager should leave us, and if, say, for instance, Real Madrid's manager goes soon, they should be then looking at our old manager like, can we grab him? No one is now. No big club is going to be looking at Ollie like, ooh, there's a steal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like he won't even get to like all right then. Put it this way: we want Ajax's manager, but if we get Ten Hag now, they're not going to go and get Ollie. If we get, you know what I'm saying? If we get Poch, PSG ain't going to go get Ollie. You get what I'm saying? Any manager who we take from the club is not going to. Ollie won't even get into the thought process. Do you get what I'm saying?
They don't even want him back in Norway, bruv. It's actually
there you go. Trust me, man. So to be honest, I thought he was going to go after the Liverpool. I mean, no, after the Liverpool. Sorry, I thought there was no way he could have stayed after the Liverpool, and I'm surprised that he did. Obviously, I am surprised, but I'm not because it's Man United. It's mates United for cash. You get me? To keep the Mandem in the jobs, innit? So I thought he was definitely gonna go then. For me, he should have really went after City as well. But the fact that you've been, it's not just a lower team, you know. We got spanked 4-1 by a promoted club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like who considers himself at the start of the season in line for the title and gets spanked 4-1 by a promoted club in such a fashion as well?
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I was going to say. It was deserved. Like Watford thoroughly deserved the win. We can't even say it was like a smash and grab or we were unlucky. Like it should have been more.
Yeah,
we were lucky it was 4-1. We were lucky it was 4-1.
Yeah, bro. If they had like
a more
proper on it centre forward, that could have been like 7.
Yeah, it could have.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And like easily though, they could have still missed chances and still had 7 against us. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just glad he's gone. And now is the start for me. Now I want to see what someone is going to do with Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about
it's one of them.
It is. We'll go to you, Ahmed. Ahmed, your thoughts on it again? Someone who I've spoke to on the day. I spoke to you the day after as well, but now it's took a few days to sink in because I felt like JV in terms of I was more vindicated. It was more relief. Like I just felt like he's gone. We've been fighting this. I legit feel like I've been in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Getting shot, getting told we was wrong, and because I knew we was all 100% right. It is vindication, but it was relief. It was a massive relief. I said it like it was longer than a Dragon Ball Z saga. Like this whole war. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've been fighting on Namek.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it feels like we're on Namek, bro.
It feels like we're on Namek.
Frieza tells us there's 5 minutes left. Ain't no 5 minutes. Ain't no 5 minutes.
It's long. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, your thoughts on it, Ahmed. Talk to me.
Aye, bruv. I feel like I said to you, bro, we've won the war, bro. We've won the war. We got rid of the pagan. Right now, we're looking at all the fucking debris from the battle. That's where we're at right now. I'm relieved as well as you, man. You guys, like seriously, I feel the relief. Also kind of feel very, very pissed off because we wasted 3-4 years on this bullshit. Because like realistically, them giving him that contract after 3 good months, rather than looking at like what's gonna happen throughout that half season that he had, and then give him a contract or not give him a contract, we've just wasted 3 years. Right, but the good thing now is if we can get in a good manager, we had like 6-7 guys in the team, like players that want to leave. Right now, getting the right manager in, someone that they can look at and be like, yo, we can win trophies with this guy. That's where we need to be at. And obviously, we're probably going to talk about potential candidates and the developments with certain managers in certain clubs and so on and so forth later in the show. But, bruv, I just feel good. Like I saw the video Man United put out with Ole crying, bro. I was creasing. That shit was funny. Oh my god, that shit was funny.
We gonna get into that. We gonna
imagine being such a side man that you getting sacked. This is the first time I've ever seen a manager get sacked, and instead of leaving with some dignity, instead this guy does a sacking interview. Who does that? And starts crying on it. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
That shows the character of the man.
Yep.
That shows the character of the man. He had an opportunity to leave with his head held high. Instead, he left like a gal. You get what I'm saying? He could have left, head high, actually walked out and, maybe some people then would have thought, certain things, it might not have been his fault. But for me, that was kind of like him admitting it was his fault.
Because it was his fault. Yeah, I hear you.
100%.
You get what I'm saying? Like, what are you crying for, bro? Like, what are you crying for?
I got 7 mil. And people who were like, oh, why don't you feel sorry for him and this and that? And money's not everything. 1, he got 7 mil for doing a bad job. 2, you did this to yourself. You could have left. You legit could have resigned. Like,
you know what the maddest is, fam?
Go on, fam.
He could have resigned, but you know what the maddest is? You could have look at the last game. The people who he wanted and loved like your McTominays, your Maguires. Look what Maguire did to you your last game. Look what Maguire did to you. He threw the armband on the floor. Look at McTominay that last game. Dreadful. Look at Fernandez. Dreadful. You get what I'm saying? I'm glad that imagine that was a Pogba. Imagine that was a Fred. Imagine that was a Bailly. You understand?
Bro,
Yeah.
you already know. Them man, they ain't got.
You get what I'm saying?
Come
Like,
on.
if
Imagine Pogba had a stinker like that. Imagine
Yeah.
Pogba had a stinker like Bruno did and give away that penalty. Yeah. Imagine.
Pogba threw that to the ground, that armband to the ground, he would have got racist abuse. Every pundit would have been honored. He would have said death threats to his family.
Imagine
the protection Maguire gets everywhere is disgusting, bro.
Imagine too though. Pogba got that red in Liverpool, and everybody wanted to hang him from a tree. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Facts. And let me go to Ivorian. I think he's in like now. The noise is better. Yo, Ivorian, you there? What are you telling me?
Yeah. What's it called? Big up to you, man. Big up Eddie, man. Nice to see you in the flesh. And JV, nice to see you finally back. You look like you lost weight. I think you got rid of the Ollie stress out of your system and everything. So I see you back now, baby. But yeah, bro, I'm in a happy mood. You know, I can have my life back, my happiness back. You know, the day that we woke up on a Sunday, I woke up very late at 10:30 to see that Ollie got sacked, and it was confirmed because I was quite vexed the night before during midnight when they were quite undecisive, and I'm like, yo, what's to be undecisive about this scrub, man? There's no need to be undecisive. How much this? Yeah, there's no need to be undecisive on this guy. But I'm so happy. It's a relief, man.
Yeah,
it's a relief because the reason why, like, come on, like, we've been suffering for a very, very long time regarding Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, bro. And you know, I'm not surprised. We're all not surprised. I'm not going to say it's an accident that was waiting to happen. It's the accident did happen a long time ago in the final of the Europa League. I lie, yeah. And obviously we've been badly injured, and like typical men don't go to get check up to see what's wrong after so many months of a bad injury. So I'm glad, you know, that we finally checked ourselves out. Our wife told us to go to the hospital. We've done that, and now we realize that we've got broken leg and everything. And now we've got rid of him. I have no sympathy towards it. I'm not going to cry. I'm just happy we can all enjoy our lives, hopefully, because I said to you early on, Flawless, is that now we can start maybe enjoying Manchester United. But the problem we have now is that part of that problem still exists at Manchester United, which are the coaches. So you can't be expecting fireworks today in the match. But yeah, man, it's just happy days for us Manchester United fans, man. I feel no sympathy. The guy got sacked. In fact, the only thing I can look at him and say you're a dickhead is that exit interview. You cannot in life get sacked and stay for hours and hours to say goodbye to people, to do an exit interview and cry. You look like a pussy. No disrespect to him, but you look like a pussy. You cried on TV, and if Manchester United were doing a promo way of, oh no, we want Ollie back now because it's kind of hurting us that like he's leaving and he's crying, it didn't help. It really didn't help. I've never met someone that's been fired in life stays and do a goodbye interview. You fire me, I ain't staying. I'm taking that 7.6 million and I'm going. I'm telling you, man, to piss off. But yeah, it is what it is, man. They wanted to make it a drama for the views, as you know, Manchester United. And then some of the reasons that I think they sacked him was because of the shares dropping down. You know how the Glazers are. They make decisions on the shares. And then when they realized that our shares was rock bottom, let's get rid of him. But the way things are now, with the whole Carrick being there, the hiring interim to then hire another interim to hire a manager, even now I'm questioning. So those times when you told us that Ollie had 3 games left, you lied to us. Because as soon as you sacked him, because you let him stay for 2 weeks, you let him go on annual leave, a holiday in the middle of a season, you know, which shows me his character of how he handles pressure, especially in the interviews when they ask you, so Ollie, how do you handle pressure? Well, I go on holiday when pressure hits the fan, you know, get me. They done that, and he's still here. And as soon as they sacked him, you realise that they never had a plan. Because look at the plan that they have now.
No plan.
They put Carrick. So they lied to us. They were never ever going to sack Ollie. They were hoping that it works out.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
It was 100. They was 110% hoping it worked out. So that's why when I see people on socials and I see pundits and I see people in the content creator space talking like they've got sources and they know what's going on, and 1-2% of them do. The reason why people don't know what's going on with Manchester United is because Manchester United don't know what they're doing. How you have the international break over a 2-week period, don't sack him, come back against Watford, get beat, and then sack him after that makes no sense. When you've had a whole 2-week, 10-day period to sort out everything. JV, can you hear us on that? We can hear you and everything.
Yeah,
Good?
sorry, I'm
Yeah.
baffled by that lineup. That's all it is. I was
we
just
don't get to that. I don't know how true this is. I'm going to get to that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So why GJ? Obviously, you lot get your questions in. We will try and get to all your comments and questions.
Yeah.
But the reason why, yeah, he cried and that, and there's nothing wrong with that. The thing is, what it is with me with the interview, I do not feel sorry for him because he did this to himself. He could have left. We seen Gattuso leave AC Milan. So for those that, why would you do that? Oh, you wouldn't leave that much money on the table. Ollie's already a millionaire. He's
And
not
Gattuso,
broke.
listen, the thing with Gattuso as well, Gattuso didn't take that money that AC Milan was supposed to pay him out.
Yes, he said, don't give me no compensation because he truly loves the club. So he's like, you know what? If you truly love something, you want what's best for it. If Ollie really believed if Ollie really believed he was best for Manchester United Football Club as manager, that is an astounding lack of self-awareness. That's the biggest lack of self-awareness I've ever seen. Go on, Eddie. Go on.
I gotta say this. Big up the OG JV and big up Flawless. Because when I came on this, my first time ever seeing y'all put on this, y'all were giving it to him exactly how he deserved it. So if any two who'd have taken shots, who'd have taken all this craziness, y'all two, big up, bro. Because like we would not be here. I'm telling you. Facts. If social media pressure didn't get this dude up out of here, they would have, like you said, they love him. Yep. Ollie one of them. I think from that, Manchester United TV put on interview. That's the big thing. He didn't have to go to Sky. Mm-hmm. He didn't have to go to a BBC. He just went straight to the MUTV. They put up a whole production and let him get whatever he felt like he wanted to get off his chest. Yeah. It was a joke. It was a joke because, again, we know Ollie's a problem, and we got rid of that problem. The Glazers are a problem in their own because they're just thieves. They ain't owners. I don't call them owners. I just call them thieves. They're taking at least $2 billion about the club for their own personal benefit to go do fuck all in the NFL. So yeah, big up to y'all because, bro,
appreciate that, man.
The criticism, all that bullshit y'all didn't do.
Oh yeah, hella bullshit. Now everybody quiet.
Manager like Ollie, nah.
Everybody quiet now. You know what I'm saying? What happened?
No, also, it's funny how none of these pundits are actually going crazy like the way Lampard got sacked and go crazy over his sacking. Everyone is understanding why Manchester United have sacked him, which baffles me. Is like you protected him before when we talk about sacking, but you're not complaining on the facts that they've sacked him. Then you're not saying, no, how dare they sack them? They're like, you know what? I completely understand. But then they start looking at the structure. I'm like, what's going on here? Now you want to look at the structure now. Oh. It's crazy. Exactly. But anyway, Ollie will never ever get a job ever again. I'm with JV on this one. Yep. He will never get a job.
He might get an under-19s job. That's about it.
No, I don't even think under-19s want him there.
Next job he's getting, bro, is Europa Conference League team. That's the jobs he's getting, bro. He's not getting a Europa League team. He's not getting a Champions League. If he gets a Champions League team, it's like it's Brøndby or something. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
I said a team in Slovenia. It's one of them, fam. It's Sharif or something like that. He's getting one of those. He's going to a European country and somehow managing the end. And even that, I don't think he's good enough to manage there. People forget
Scandinavia. Bro, they're ultra. He's not good enough to manage in Scandinavia, bro. I'm Danish, innit? Bro, he's not good enough to manage over here.
I know he's not.
The guy can't manage his own household, so leave him alone. Let's not go there.
You know what it is?
Handle your own household, then there's no point.
You see what it is with my man, yeah? See what it is? It's like for the longest, he's gone now and he's crying, but when you're watching it for the longest, it's like it's his own decisions that have mashed him up, and I don't know if he can't see that. His own decisions is what's blocked him up, really and truly. McTominay playing over Van der Beek. You get what I'm saying? McTominay playing over Van der Beek. You've literally got in Ronaldo. You've got one of the greatest players to ever play the sport, bro. Why you don't even just make him go hang and you just feed him? If you just feed this guy chances, this more time he's gonna score. You know.
Yeah.
Even if you put some sort of plan in place and you say to your wingers, "Yo, just put him across the floor into the box. No fancy crosses. Just get the ball to Ronaldo in the box. He will peel off. He will fire. He will get a shot on. You tell me how he's not been able to consistently feed Ronaldo. Anything Ronaldo's done, he's made himself. Apart from the one or two glimpses of brilliance, the passes he's getting from Bruno or things like that. Most of Ronaldo's goals have been Ronaldo. He's not actually been able to feed someone. Like you've literally got the GOAT in terms of getting the ball in the back of the net. You've got one of the best ever. And the most frustrating thing about it is he's a striker. Yeah, this is one thing I never understood about Ole. You look at Klopp, yeah? Klopp played as a right back. What is his team? His team is defensively proficient, yeah? He has 3 defensive midfielders. They all work hard, yeah? His right back and his left back, yeah? Because that was his position. He's got them moving in certain ways. You go look at Pep. What was Pep? Defensive midfielder, centre midfielder. What does Pep do? Man brings his right back into centre midfield. He overloads his midfield. So these men have traits from their old playing position that come into their management. You tell me how this guy has no sort of attacking traits as a manager. Do you get what I'm saying?
The thing is, he was a very good attacking player. That's the thing. He was a very good
across the front line. It's not even like Ole used to just sit in the box. There's times you'd find Ole starting games on the left wing. When Beckham was in the mud, Ole was our right winger for a long period.
People forget that.
You get what I'm saying?
Out the team. People won't know that he kept, but yeah, he legit kept Beckham out the team for a long period of time.
Do you get what I'm saying? When Fergie weren't feeling Beckham wearing sarongs and getting braids, my man was our right winger. Do you get what I'm saying? When Beckham wanted to wear skirts, Fergie was like, "No, bro, Ole, come on, do your thing." When he was flirting with Madrid, and he put him in the reserves, and he has no sort of attacking traits. This is what I don't get about him, and that's why it's mad, man. It doesn't make sense.
Before you go, Ivorian, just wanted to get to this from Kenton. Big up my Trinidadian brother Kenton. He says, so this is the reported team from the MU Journal. How true this is, I don't know, but it's saying De Gea in goal. Wan-Bissaka, is it true? So Wan-Bissaka tell us fullbacks. Maguire, Lindelof playing centre back. Fred McTominay, Donny in the 10. Martial, Sancho, Ronaldo. Before we get back to that, I just want to big up Winter Surfer for the super chat. My guy, he says, "Oh no, Man U fans have been suffering. Welcome to the real world of football." He says, "Big up to JV, Eddie, and Ivorian, and Ahmed, and Flawless up yours." Hey, Winter Surfer, shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Winter Surfer's still about, you know.
Yeah, man, Winter Surfer's still about, fam. So thoughtful. Yeah, man, big up to Winter Surfer every single time. But yeah, this lineup we're going to, if this is true. We'll go to you, JV, first. Thoughts on this lineup, if this is true, if this is the case?
You know what? I will say one thing. I like that he's left out Bruno. If Bruno's not injured and he's left him out, I like that. He dropped an absolute stinker, and he's been doing that for a while. He did. See, the thing with Bruno, that those type of performances, he's able to cloud over because he will somehow get an assist or somehow get a goal in these performances. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But he's been dropping some stinkers for a bit. I don't know if it's... Well, I personally think it's because this season, he's not been allowed to roam as he wants. He's not been allowed to be, sometimes he makes it look like 4-4-2.
I heard
you know what I'm saying?
He hasn't had a shot on target, I think, in 2 months.
There you go. And that's why. Because he's not allowed to go and stand basically as the centre forward as he was before Ronaldo was here. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Or just roam and drift and be where he was. I don't know. It seems like he's had to drop back a little bit more. But I like that from Carrick. That's a bold move. I don't know if it is. Maybe my man might be fatigued or whatever. But I like that because I feel like no matter what, Ole would have played him. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like even if he was fatigued or if he dropped the stinker, Ole's playing him. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
Regardless, he would have.
I like Martial in there because I still personally feel as if Rashford's not fully fit. Because he's not taking no one on. So for me, if Rashford's not taking man on, I can just tell he's not fit. The one thing I would say is I'm not feeling the McTominay because he's dropped a stinker. But then I know that they don't like to play. I know they don't like to play Fred and Matic. They don't like to play Fred and Matic because they're both left-footed. So I can kind of get it. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. I can kind of get it because then he's dropped Bruno, so then he doesn't actually have anyone else because he can't put Van der Beek instead of McTominay because Van der Beek's instead of Bruno. So I kind of get it, but. Attacking wise, I'm feeling it because for me, Sancho was something different. We seen a Dortmund Sancho, I believe, against Watford. So for me,
that's just because he linked with Donny because they both them two got high football IQ. That's why we're seeing them shine when they're linking up.
He had, you know what it is? Even in his performances where he's looked brightest and he's maybe not performed as much, but you've seen little flicks, little bits. It's because he's been getting the ball off people like Pogba, and he plays very differently. He's very much a modern footballer. He wants the ball through the lines. Do you get what I'm saying? Not many of our players can play the ball through the lines. McTominay is giving it to your feet. You get what I'm saying? He's not got a through ball in him. You know what I'm saying? Matic maybe, but Matic tends to be further back. I think Matic is actually an excellent forward passer of the ball. But
He's a good
because of his
progressor
age and he's not got the legs, he tends to be more back. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm quite happy with that lineup, to be honest. I am hearing that Villarreal have a lot of injury worries. That Dutch brother who was, terrorizing us last time, I'm hearing he's 50-50.
Oh, man. Was it Danjuma?
Yeah. I'm hearing he's 50-50, and I'm hearing that Moreno is out altogether. So hopefully we have a good lineup. They have a thingy one. It should put us in good stead. But this is a big pressure match. Because what is it if we lose? Are we out if we lose?
No. If we lose, we could still go out because it goes to head to head because it's close.
Yeah.
Because it's on head to head. We got young boys to play after this. So we're still. If we lose, it could hit us hard. But basically, if Manchester United don't lose, we're pretty much through the group stage. It's not mathematically, but we should do the business against Young Boys. I'm confident we get a result today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Best case scenario to me right now with Ole gone, is a win. Best case scenario was with him here was a draw. But I thought we was going to lose. We were losing with him. We was going into 110%. We was going into the Europa League with him because them players was gone.
The craziest thing is I see more ball retention than I've seen in the past 2 weeks. I see people who are actually competent on the ball. So I have less worries about how we'll manage the game and more about how we might finish it. Of course, they might nick a 2-1. I don't really care, right? Because at this point, I see a future. With that bum, I never saw a future. And to y'all point, to what you've been saying, like, think about this. Bruno, last week, just on Sunday, the first goal was his fault. I mean, the penalty was his fault. He woofed it back into our area, and they pick it up. They do the stupidness. They get a penalty. So we're seeing some accountability for the first time in a while. Now, Maguire still being there, I'll chalk that to, I want to say that it's just in-game fitness and Bailly's been out the loop, and so just to throw him in here on an important Champions League game, we'll leave that alone. But the Fred and McTominay too. But to see Van de Beek, Martial, Sancho, and Ronaldo,
I like that.
I love that.
I like that.
The reason why I want to cut you off is because you just mentioned it there. As much as I don't like McTominay being in there or Maguire playing in there, Bruno being dropped, at least somebody's being held accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what I like. Like, we need someone. Would I prefer Maguire and McTominay not to be starting? Absolutely. However, at least it's one from the three. Because we know if Ole's still here, Bruno's playing. Don't matter. That man can drop 3, 4, 0 out of 10s. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what it is as well?
Go on, fam.
That's Bruno being dropped, is a major warning shot. Man just clapped one off in the air. Carrick said, I'm here. Boom, boom, boom. Bruno. Warning shot. Boom. That's what he did. In the air. Then, man, so McTominay will be thinking, yo, this is Bruno,
Yeah,
that's what he did, Florida. Come in the changing room. Clap. Clap, clap. Bruno, you ain't starting. You get what I'm saying? So, straight away, then McTominay knows now. He knows Bruno will be back next game. So I have to be on par, because if I'm not, Bruno will be back in the 10 and Van der Beek will be in my 8. Do you get what I'm saying? Same for Maguire. Maguire knows he's out of the net. Here how it works for Maguire. This is him saying to Maguire, I personally believe, show me why you need to come back into the team, because your form's been terrible. And if that's not what he's saying, that's what he should be saying. He is suspended. Yeah, that's what I mean. So he's going to be out for these next 3 games. So someone's going to have an audition. So Bailly's going to have an audition for that place. You get what I'm saying? Because for me, he's not played like an £80 million defender. He's not played like a leader. He's not played like a captain. Do you get what I'm saying? He needs
played like a footballer.
This is what I mean. I honestly believe. See, you know what does my head in about him? Every time I defend the guy, he then goes Macca again. You know what I'm saying? He has a good stint, Maguire, and you defend him and you back him a little, and then he falls right off. You know what I mean? So, for me, as reckless as Bailly is actually still a better defender. I think people miss all of this with Bailly. People go, oh, McTominay. I mean, Lindelof does like them good overhead balls, but yes, he shies away from every tackle. Do you get what I'm saying?
Does hide.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
say this all the time, yeah.
See that own goal the other day? Bailly scored that own goal against Thingy because of the desperation. He knew he could not let the ball get into the box. Do you get what I'm saying? He knows if he knows he's got someone else there, he maybe approaches that in a different way. But he knows I can't let this ball get in the box. Yeah, it backfired. His approach was a bit rash. You get what I mean? But I honestly believe he is, as a defender, he's our best defender. You get what I mean? He's just.
I don't agree now. Without Varane's here, yes, but I get your point. I get the point.
Yeah. I'm saying like who's available. Like
who's
just out of who's available. Obviously we know. But how long's Varane out for? Just a side note.
No, Ollie, I don't know. Ollie's playing him injured, trying to save his job and that. Well, we're gonna get to that. But back to the lineup. Ivorian, what's your thoughts on it? Let me pull back up the lineup. Your thoughts?
Do you know what? Yeah, it just proves that this we all thought the moment that guy got sacked, McFred dies. But then I told people, listen, the problem is still there. Those who were the coaches, as we all know, that Ollie didn't do the coaching. These guys did the coaching. But that's my only disappointment is the fact that McFred starts. But hey, Bruno has been dropped as he's been poor. Luke Shaw has been dropped as well. I don't know.
Luke Shaw we forgot about. That's a good
point. I didn't even speak on the IG model getting dropped.
Finally getting play. Yeah, exactly. The IG model.
God damn. My boy thick. You didn't gonna say thick, boy.
But yeah, man, I'm just pleased that glad to see Sancho getting another straight start. Ronaldo playing, but the big statement is the fact that Van der Beek is playing after the back of his last performance, and the players and the coaches themselves can see that he truly deserves to start. Especially the fact that he's done way more than any of those midfielders McFred done in the space of 15 minutes that they played the entire whole season so far. But yeah, the fact that we're gonna go there, everyone's up. I still feel like Manchester United can do something against Villarreal with this starting lineup. It's still a dangerous lineup. I'm a bit skeptical with the Maguire situation because he's been awful. He should be dropped regardless if he's not playing against Chelsea that he's been sent off. He's supposed to be dropped, you know, because what I saw on the weekend, that's my captain, you know. He is our captain regardless if we reject him. Our captain threw the armband and then high-five the manager. Aren't you supposed to be pissed off and angry that you've been sent off? That's it. He should be dropped for that behavior. And then
it's mad as well.
Going out on the weekend is another problem for me because why? I keep that same energy that you man had for Pogba for attending his brother's wedding. Yeah, you're gonna tell me, oh, it was his dad's birthday. You should be more sensitive. No, because you wasn't sensitive when it was my man's brother getting married. Like, what? You can't. My brother can't get married and I can't attend. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same energy, fam. The fact that he went out and clubbed and forgot that we got spanked 4-1 and got drunk and forgot about it is unacceptable, man. We can't have that as a captain, you know. But I'm so pleased right now in terms of Ollie gone. The next process and the next stage in my mind is getting rid of those coaches. Because, it is what it is, man. But today, it's about just getting the 3 points. We need it. We do need it. Performance needs to be good. The players owe it to us so far in terms of giving us a performance. Because we haven't seen a performance in 3 or 4 weeks. It's been a month, bro. It's been a month. You try and give a woman no performance in bed for a month, you'll see what happens to you, bro. You get me? I ended there.
Yo, Ahmed, your thoughts on the lineup before we get into this reported rumor that we're bringing in Valverde as interim, but your thoughts on the lineup so far. And Dan, I'm not sure if you're there as well. Can you hear us, Dan? You?
Yo, my brothers, what's up?
Yes, what you saying, man? You good?
Yes, what man like JV? It's been a minute.
Can you man see him or is my thing flash away? Oh, right, okay. Everyone's like, yes, Dan. I'm like, right, is that my thing, man?
We got you in 4K, my boy.
But go on, Ahmed. Thoughts on the lineup. Everyone's like you went. Go on, thoughts on the lineup.
I absolutely love the ball retention, fluidity, and IQ we have of that front four. Like I'm already picturing Donny, Martial, and Sancho just linking up. And the good thing is we got 3 unselfish players, and then we got a selfish finisher, which is what you need at striker.
Yes.
They're going to feed Ronaldo. This is the difference between having someone like Mason and Bruno and Rashford in there with Cristiano, and then having actual people that will almost cater to the way he plays. So that front four, fantastic. Love it. McFred, I never want to see McTominay play another game for Man United. Unfortunately, he's a favorite. as you mentioned, JV, it's probably to do with the foots and having balance in that sense. But honestly, when we played against Watford with McTominay and when we switched him at halftime, I honestly felt like we played with 10 men when he was in there. So
Yeah.
personally, I didn't want to see him. Even if it meant having to put Matic in there, I just did not want to see him.
Yeah.
And in
You know what
terms
it
of
is?
Maguire, go on.
Now, I was just going to say, you see, like Watford, I swear down, I was watching Cleverly, yeah? And Cleverly said something about McTominay, you know, and I'm almost backing. He said, I'm better than him. I didn't get, you know what I'm saying? He's probably thinking,
Yeah.
oh, mine's still not there.
Oh, he is. He is.
There's not a lot of difference between them two players, you know? There's not a lot of difference between McTominay and Cleverly.
Come on.
There's not, bro.
Swear down. Cleverly's a better passer than McTominay. Cleverly is a better passer than McTominay. Engine room, I don't know. My man might have an engine on him, but you know what I'm saying? What's a 1.8 when it's not performing? No point in having a 1.8 that don't perform. You want a 1.6 that gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? McTominay is just, honestly, if we had better midfield options, I don't think McTominay would play. When you actually deep our centre mid, we've probably got some of the least amount of centre midfield, like viable centre midfield options.
Yeah.
Like, look at Chelsea. They've brought in that Saul or whatever you want to say it. My man don't even play. If we had Saul, he would play every minute. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So our midfield options makes it easy for these guys to exist. Like, honestly, I really don't think Fred is that much of a bad player. For me, Fred always looks like he's always having to cover for someone. He's always been rushed.
He's a good rotation player.
Yeah.
He's a good rotation player. We just don't have like the starters yet, so he needs to play. And that's the issue.
When we put him in, he has to do everybody's job in the midfield.
Yep.
He thinks he has to do everybody's job in the midfield. So you just see him running around crazy. Okay, he's in their third, he's in our third, it's wherever.
Listen, the thing is, Fred should never have to pick up the ball from the keeper or the centre backs because that's not what he's good at. He's a tenacious midfielder. Go win the ball, give it to someone that can pass it better than you. That's what you need from him. You need to give him a simple job. The fact that he's in there, what I've noticed is anyone that plays with McTominay in midfield looks worse.
Yes.
Everyone. There's no exception to it.
Because you know we talk about Lindelof hiding. McTominay does the same thing. We're not from a
exact same.
Just to being on the ball. It's the same thing in that. Like how you playing central midfield for Manchester United and you're having 25 touches a half?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? 25 touches. So where are you? 25 touches. You know what I'm saying? A whole half of football. When you look at others in that position for other top clubs. JV just mentioned Chelsea. Like Jorginho averaging 90, 100 touches. Fabinho, you're not even getting a third of what these men are. Where are you?
Flawless,
What is going
on? So why? Because he gets it.
Do you remember that stat with Liverpool where Jordan Henderson had more touches on the ball or passes or something along those lines in that one game than McTominay had all season?
Yeah.
How is this acceptable? In what world is that acceptable? Like, this guy needs to just get out of that team for me.
I'm so glad you guys are speaking about McTominay because he's been on my watch for so long, and I get so vexed when these pundits pick McTominay over Fred. And Eddie is right. Fred seems like he's doing more of a job than McTominay. You're picking McTominay because, first of all, you know why, and on top of that, he works and he's got passion. McTominay is a fraud. He's scared. He's a coward. He hides in games. He never makes himself available for a pass. I've never seen a midfielder that sticks in between his opposition midfield, so he's unavailable for the pass all the time. Like, always unavailable for the pass. Who hides in games like that? But yet we got Keane, I don't know, Fergie loading up McTominay like he's got sauce. I said it the other day. This guy's more plainer than mayonnaise. You know, we thought mayonnaise was plain, but he's beyond mayonnaise.
He's dead food, fam. You know what it is? You know how much our fan base is fallen. Yeah, we used to literally moan at Carrick. This is how much our fan base is falling. We used to moan at someone like Carrick and say he passes it to the side too much. He does this too much. You know what I'm saying? If we had a player in that central midfield of the capability of a Carrick, we'd be flying right now. We'd be absolutely flying.
100%.
Like for me, we've got for a big team in terms of defensive midfield and central midfield, and I don't really count Pogba in this because I still don't feel as if Pogba is a defensive midfield type of player. But we easily have the worst options across Europe. We have the worst options. our best defensive midfielder is what 34. How old's Matic now? It must be like 35. Bro. He must be reaching them type of ages.
I'm gonna have a look now.
Man,
I don't think
Danny
Matt
boy got going on.
He's just got all right. Well, even if he's not that old, he's just got no legs. You know what I'm saying? We must be the only team.
33 from. Yeah, you're about right.
See what I mean? But all right, he's 33, but he's had no legs for about 3 years. Do you know what I'm saying?
So they say.
His legs have been gone, and we
and then we expose him by just leaving him there by himself. It's like, if you
Yeah.
don't have legs, just let him screen, which he can perfectly do well. He can screen very well. I put energy around him. Like, that's why it's a team game. It's not one man out there. There's 11 man, so put someone with him in the midfield who complements him. If you have one, if you're going to play a double pivot, if one of the midfielders doesn't have legs, the next one to him has to. And then you play football, just dominate the ball. How about that? And then you don't
the perfect foil for him is Van der Beek. The perfect foil for him is Van der Beek because he can get it and then he can move the ball quickly.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Matic can screen, get the ball to him. He can do the playmaking. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but then we put a Scottish centre back next to him. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's what he is. You don't play centre mid for Scotland.
You know. I've been saying this to people, but I actually have United fans telling me that he's one of their favorite players. When I ask them what's good with him, like what do you like about him?
I don't know.
What's his best attribute? They're like he runs around a lot.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm sick of that. I'm sick.
That's what the passion talk.
It's a passion thing.
He has
the thing with Donnie makes intelligent runs all the time. So Donnie will find himself open for Matic if they were to partner in the defensive midfield. But bro, I'm just happy. I don't even know what it is. Like I'm so gassed, bro. I'm so damn crazy. I don't even care. They got a grace period. I'm like, look, this could be some bullshit today, but hey, we sipping. My boy's happy. I'm happy. You did.
Yeah, man, the relief of him going in that gun. I'm not sure if you can hear us or not.
That London's dry gin, you dig? So
bro.
This guy Joe.
You know, I didn't even know it was one of them, boy. You're gonna make me go shop, fam.
But we see. Yeah, go on, Ivorian. Yeah,
I find it astonishing the fact that we use the excuse of Magic hasn't got the legs and etc. They don't use an excuse for Sergio Busquets. Have you ever heard of Sergio Busquets don't have the legs or Fernandinho don't have the legs at the age of 35 and 36 kicking ball? But for us, a 33-year-old doesn't have the legs. Nah, it's something that's not right. Exactly. You can't make it work. You can't make it work, honestly speaking.
Right. Like 110%. And that's again down to the management and why Ole failed as a manager. And the thing is, this is not just new this season. This is what I didn't understand about people who just turned when we lost to City or lost to Watford or lost to Liverpool or the performances in the Champions League or other games, like the 2 games against West Ham, even though we won one. The performance again. These performances have been happening. We've had the same problems we had when Ole arrived, we have now, but he has better players. The squad is better, no doubt. The talent is there in the team. Does it need improvement? Yes. But again, I say this all the time. There's no such thing as a perfect squad, people. Look at any team. If you look at Chelsea, talk to real sensible Chelsea fans. There's a lot of them on this channel. They'll tell you our attacking players are not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're winning games. Yes, we're top of the league. But if they could have our attack, they take our attack. Chelsea would take off someone's left arm and right arm for our attacking players. Put a Greenwood and a Sancho in that Chelsea team. You know what I'm saying? Mason who? You know what I'm saying in that? Mount holding bench.
One of the reasons.
Bro, they wanted Sancho.
And it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing with our team, innit? Like, our midfield, we lack options and balance. But we're 1 or 2 midfielders away from having that balance and having those players to actually compete for things because our attack is stacked. It's absolutely stacked. Our defense isn't as bad because you've got Bailly, you've got Varane. You might need a right back. Telles, I think he's good enough. You could even play a back 3. So the options are there.
Yeah, and again, that comes down to coaching because before Tuchel, and I always use this example all the time, before Tuchel went into Chelsea, no one was calling Chelsea the best defensive team in the country. Nobody was.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the Chelsea thing.
Nobody was talking about Rudiger or Christensen or Aspilicueta. People saying Kante's past it. Jorginho can't do this, that, and the third. The manager came out and said this team's not ready to challenge. Tuchel went in and won the Champions League in 5 months.
Exactly.
You don't tell me what it is.
And that's the point. That's the point I was going to make. Look at the trajectory from them sacking Lampard
Yes.
and where they've gone. People will tell you now Chelsea are clear of us. Do you understand what I'm saying? People will tell you now Chelsea are clear of us, and rightly so. Rightly so. The right to say that. But they didn't have no sentiment. You know what I'm saying? They check this. Lampard is a bigger player for Chelsea than Ole ever was for United. I don't care if Ole won us that one trophy. Yeah.
Yes, facts.
Lampard did it for Lampard was a consistent contributor to trophies for Chelsea every time Chelsea won a trophy. Every time Chelsea won a trophy while Lampard was there, he was a very big contributor towards that. Whatever trophy it was. Yeah.
Facts.
He didn't just stick out a leg one time, two time. You know what I'm saying? He was scoring 10 plus goals and assists every season. Yeah. From centre midfield. He was captaining the team at times. And you get what I'm saying? He was a leader in the dressing room. Yeah. So they could have had a lot. If anything, they should have had the sentiment for Lampard, what we have for Ole. But they didn't. They cut it short. And look at the success it gave them. Do you get what I mean? So for me, it's one of them. I honestly believe now we're in a very good space. Someone in the comments actually just put up Villarreal's team because I'm hearing Danjuma's in. I'm not happy.
This is nightmares for you, innit?
I'm
I
hearing
can see
that.
that.
And yo, Dan,
I'll tell you their team. I'll tell you their team.
yeah, go on, run that. Before you run their team, let me introduce this guy in it from Big Six Bands. Corey is in the building as well. What you telling me, Corey? Yeah, you blessed? Yeah,
Corey.
Yo,
Keep
Corey.
it coming. What up,
He's
Corey?
good. Yeah.
Oh,
This
you
is
man
Cor-
hear me, by the way.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
Can hear you as well.
Yeah,
We
big
can
up,
hear
big
you.
up to everyone, man. JV, it's been
Yeah.
a minute, fam. Good to see you. Good to see all you, man, fam. This is a
My brother.
studied lineup, cuz.
100%. I had to hit up everybody because Oli got sacked. So I was like, I'm shouting everyone for
Oi,
this
oi.
match. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Everyone getting a shout. Everyone getting a
Cheers.
shout. But Dan,
Cheers.
obviously, me and you have a it's a celebration, Corey, 100%. And you lot make sure you subscribe
We
to Big
having a
Six Bands as well.
celebration.
Subscribe to Big Six Bands.
Love,
But
man.
Dan, your thoughts on it. Obviously, we haven't spoke in depth about it, but your thoughts on like it's a few days after. How did you feel at the time? How do you feel now about Oli being sacked? I'm still here and I can hear you, man, as well. One sec.
No, I was just as gassed as all you lot, but at the same time, in the back of my head, I was still like, all right, Carrick's still here, blood. McKenna's still here, blood. All these dickheads are still here, blood. Yeah, so it's like, what real difference is there? We're gonna see tonight, I guess. We're gonna see what's happening. But
Bruno's not playing, so that's a massive difference right there.
Martial's
That's
playing.
wild.
Sancho's
That's
playing.
surprising.
Like, there's actually some differences now. Fucking Tellers is playing.
And Donny.
as well.
whoa,
yeah.
all the guys that they said wasn't getting a sniff, they're all starting. Yeah, crazy.
In an extremely important game
Crazy.
as well. Let's not leave that.
Yeah, that's a big risk, man. We'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, we'll soon find out. And how do you feel now, like afterwards, like days later about it? How do you feel now?
I still kind of feel like the same in the sense like they haven't really prepared, have they, for this? Like really, like, do you know what I'm saying? I just heard you talk about who's it they were looking at.
Valverde,
Valverde.
that's reports in it, but obviously you know what social media is like, so I take all of that with a pinch of salt. Like I say,
Is that just temporary though? That's just the temporary I'm hearing, innit?
interim thing. Yeah.
I'd have that, you know. I'd have that temporary.
I'm not mad
Because
at it
I'm hearing they've got to act because Carrick don't have his badges, so Carrick can only be in charge for 6 weeks. So we're doing if we don't get in touch now.
Wait, pause that. You're telling me that this guy has been in doesn't have his badges.
His badges, yo,
Yes,
yo,
this is what
I
I'm trying to
voted,
say.
yes.
Blood.
You don't
It's
have
a
his
calamity. This whole
You don't have his badges,
So
we can't even stay to the end of the season.
Oi,
can't even stay to the end of the
I
season.
heard today that Carrick recently signed a contract extension and McKenna and a goalkeeping coach, bro. Like the other week.
Yep.
They signed a fresh
Oh, they can
contract.
finger that. They got peas, man. No, they can.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Even if we get if we get in Valverde don't have to work with them, man. So they'll have to get rid of him anyway. Valverde will bring whoever we bring in.
No,
After
we
this
know
6
that,
weeks
but
now.
it just highlights the dodginess of Man United as a club. The way they handle
Bro,
the contracts,
you know what it is?
the players, the coaching, the man, everything. It's just fuck. Like,
Do you know what it
give
is?
a new contract and then sack man a day later.
Bro, I clocked it the other day though. Did you not hear that Glazer guy in America talking about Ronaldo? Man, I'm talking about Ronaldo joined us when he's 16. He don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
He's
So when
smoking.
these men come in and say to him, so and so wants a new contract, he's looking at them and going, yeah, give him a new contract. Yeah, he don't know what he's on about.
Totally.
Do you get what I'm saying? He don't know what he's on about, bro. Man's got
Lost.
before he opened his mouth and talk about when Ronaldo joined. Man could have googled that, you know. Man could have turned around to someone
Yeah, I'm
behind
saying,
him
do your
from the
due
club,
diligence,
and they would have
man.
just
Do
said
your
he was
Googles,
18.
man.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Mad.
The thing is, we do that on this show, fam. Where like you just
Yeah,
asked
but he
about
shouldn't have to do that.
I did that.
He should just know, innit?
He shouldn't have to do that. He should know, but that
course,
goes to
yo.
show his disconnect to the club. It wasn't a
Yeah.
surprise. It was more funny. We know that the Glazers don't know what's
Bruv.
going on. They don't know we play.
Yeah.
I don't think they know we playing today.
He
Legit.
said it with his
You know what I'm
chest.
saying? I don't think they know we playing today or where we're playing or who we're playing. I don't think they have any idea that we played this team or not recently. They paying no mind or no
Definitely
attention, I don't think. But Corey, what you telling me, my brother? Your thoughts on it? Obviously, we haven't spoke, but only being out, etc. If you are there, and how you feel a few days later as well. Is he there? Yo, Corey.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no stress, man. No, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Your thoughts on it? Or do you need a cook? Oh, yeah, you're back.
No, go
Your
on.
thoughts on
It's
it.
all good.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Your
want Ollie?
thoughts on it. Yeah, on Ollie, like how you felt at the time, how
Christmas,
you feel now a
innit?
few days later.
This is it. Like, what's everyone been waiting?
How you man feel about the farewell
second.
interview though?
I
We'll
can't
get
lie,
to
it's-
that.
It's not
Go on,
that.
Corey. Land on that.
Like, you know,
Go on.
you can't kick a dog when it's down, and it's not that. So yeah, Ollie gone. It's a celebration. I'm happy, but the other coaches need to go as well. Like, let's not
Yeah.
be confused here.
Oh yeah.
Like, Eric and all them lot, like they're doing a little cheeky thing. I think they can bust it when it's not gonna happen. The next manager better be booting these lot out too, because they're listen. Have you seen the lineup? McFred and
Yes.
McFred again.
Well, no, McFred, no Bruno, though. No Shaw
No
either.
Bruno.
Yeah, no Bruno, no Shaw.
Like the front four, that is a nice front four.
And I do like the
it.
front four.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I'm looking forward. I'm genuinely looking forward to this game. For the
Well,
first
I
time
would
since
done-
I've been content creating, I'm actually looking forward to a Manchester United watch along. I'm not
Oh,
thinking about what
same,
else we're
bro.
going to be talking about and bringing other topics up. Because I'm like, right, let's see. It's something different. We already know if Ollie's playing, we can all predict the lineup. We know the lineup's going to, whatever the lineup is, the football and the performance is going to be shit. We already know that already with him in charge. There's no hope. Best case scenario was a draw with him in charge. That's the best case. I did not see a win happening. We were going to get moved to, and that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Corey, your fault. Go on.
You know what's weird with the lineup? I feel like we're more attacking. This squad that he's put out, it looks like we're going to attack more, especially with Tellez in and Van der Beek as well, and Martial. I can't lie. This thing where Martial's been terrible and all of this stuff. Yeah, he didn't have a great season last season, but came on against Everton, done what he done. Then he got injured and came off. It's insane to get a sniff. Nothing else he can do. Brother scoring. Van der Beek, you already know what this guy's on. Guy's ridiculous. Comes on 45 minutes, changed the game.
Yep, he did.
Like,
He
there's
changed
not
the
much
game,
I
you're
can
not
ask for. But yeah, I'm happy Ollie's gone. I think I don't like the way he went. Like, I think he should have gone before the internet. I think he should have gone after the final that we had in the Europa League. But
Yep.
you know, that's just me.
100%.
We should have gone before international break so we can get somebody in. Like, I'm seeing reports of obviously Pochettino. Yeah, I can't lie, I don't mind having him. I feel that he develops youth. I can't get past that season that he had with Tottenham, that 87-point season, and that Tottenham team was crap. I'll be honest. Like, in terms of great teams, this Tottenham team doesn't even get a sniff on any team, any Liverpool team, any Chelsea team, any City team.
Corey, do you feel like he can handle the big egos and that? The
Talk
big
about
players, CR7 and all that.
I mean,
Have you ever had that?
I think the ego thing only goes like so far. You know, Pogba's got an ego. I'd say Ronaldo, of course. I don't think Varane's got an ego.
Or not even just an ego, just like world-class players, bro. Like,
Big names.
to handle them. They're big names.
He can. I would like to think he can. I think the reason why on paper it looks Pochettino's not really doing a great job because, you know, statistically he's still in the champs, hasn't lost a game in the champs, 11 points in his league. Like it's not like he's you know doing a bad job, but he isn't doing like the PSG top of the table by 15 points by now job. But I think he can. I think he can handle it. This guy's been wanting to have a lot of our teams anyway. Like Van der Beek, he wanted Bruno Fernandes. He wanted. Obviously, he played with Luke Shaw at Southampton. There's been a lot of plays he wants anyway. So I think he can do it.
Let's not discredit the fact that he didn't spend any money and he took a Tottenham to the Champions League final. You know, that's a great achievement in itself. Our manager can't do that. This is a manager that's always improved every team that he's gone to. He improved that Southampton team to make them a good team. He made Tottenham from a top 6, 7 team to a top 4 team that's always finishing in the Champions League and competing in the Champions League and try to compete in the Premier League. So let's not, disregard these kind of achievements. In terms of ego, of course, we understand right now he has big egos where he's currently at. Neymar, the Messi, the Mbappes, the Di Marias, the Ferratis. These are big egos. There's Marquinhos and all these players that are at PSG. They were big egos that he has to deal with. And so far, he's done all right. But we are hearing news that, of course, he's not happy there in terms of he can't get these guys to press and all that stuff. So their ego's a bit challenging for him to handle. But I'm very sure it's not on the same level as is Manchester United, These men them there think that there's some Hollywood in Paris, innit? But in Manchester here, some of these men know exactly who they are. Like McTominay, he humbles himself all the time, and Fred knows that he ain't all that. But
They gotta be humble.
One thing, because majority of our team has. The thing is, aside from Ronaldo and Varane, majority of our team has won fuck all. So they even if they have an ego, it's like, why do you have an ego?
Yeah,
we've got 2 men in there who have the right to have an ego. The rest of them, man, need to just understand.
Relax.
Relax. Yeah, exactly. They need to relax.
You know what it is? You know what it is, though? Even a lot of our players need to humble themselves on performance. Never mind even what you've won. Do you get what I'm saying? Like performance. Like, I don't know. Right then, say for instance, Maguire, he should really be walking around like he's the man. I'm the captain in Man United. I'm an £80 million centre back. He should be walking around like that. You get what I'm saying? And that should actually show in his game. But he can't. He's not got it in him. You get what I'm saying?
Got minerals, bruv.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Luke Shaw should be getting about like that. I'm a £50 million left back. You understand? Certain man should be getting around in certain ways. Fred should be walking around. I'm a £56 million Brazilian centre midfielder. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And you play for adding on top of that, you play for Manchester United.
Yes. So they should. That's what I'm saying. Some of our players should be, but they ain't got it in them.
Say that.
They ain't got.
Yeah, but whose fault? Again, Man United splashed out 80 mil on Maguire, gas him up, give him a bigger head than what he's already got. Yeah, and it's like you ain't got the minerals, like you said. So whose fault is it? The players or Man United?
I don't know. I'd say
astronomical contracts, yeah, that they're not worth and shit. Luke Shaw is on how much? He's like the biggest. He's got the biggest salary of a left back in what, like fucking England, the world, whatever. I don't even know.
I think it's Europe, You know
what I'm saying? But why? Yeah. Why are you giving that shit?
You know what though? Here's the thing for me. That can work. That can work either way, innit? That can kind of be like you dangling the carrot, innit? For them type of people, that should get them going. That should get them going. For me, that should get you going. If someone, you're telling me if when man are getting bought
anymore, bro, they're spoilt. Cause give man bare peas and now they think they've made it in life. Like, yeah, nah, bro.
But come on,
I don't know.
Once you go to Manchester United, like your life is literally changed. Once you play for Manchester United, that's it. Like you've now reached the pinnacle, and you can never go down. Like once you play for Manchester United, that's how it goes. When you go to like teams like Tottenham and that, you get like a alright wage, average. When you play for Manchester United, it's like a different tax bracket when you play for teams like Manchester United and like PSG and them lot. Your tax bracket takes a step up, although your tax bracket's high anyway.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying.
Mad.
It's a massive like open glass.
I think that should be something to boost them.
Just on a side note as well, just to add to what Corey said before, we've had a serious issue over the last, I want to say, 4 or 5 years with developing youth players. And Pochettino has a great track record with developing youth players. Someone like a Mason Greenwood now is stagnating because no one's actually, developing the talent that he has.
Yeah,
we've got ballers at the youth level like Ethan Laird, like Mejbri. Like we've got really good youngsters, and they're dying. They were dying under Ole. They were dying under Jose. So someone like a Poch, like he isn't just in terms of like a short-term solution like a Jose. He will leave the club usually in a better state than what he got it at, and I like that aspect of him as well. Just to add to what Corey said before.
No, it's right. You see the point now you're making about Greenwood. If we look a season ago, we're saying Greenwood and Foden are levels, or we've got the argument Greenwood's higher levels. Now I'm looking at Foden. I'm looking at Foden like, damn, Foden is
clear
for me. Foden's Ballon d'Or fodder for the next few years. That's how I'm looking at Foden. Foden's only going to get better under Pep. And like you said, Greenwood stagnated, not even due to himself, but due to not being played in the right way.
It's not his fault at all. It's
Yeah,
just that.
he's not even been played in the right way. Like, look at Foden. Foden, you could argue you could play Foden and Greenwood might play different positions, but they're just as versatile. They can probably play as many positions as each other. But Foden, for me, looks like he can play centre midfield to the best of his ability, left wing, right wing. They even got him playing false nine. You know what I mean? Without no fear. How many times has Ole fearlessly played Greenwood as the centre forward? He's not. He should be. He should be played because that's essentially where he's going to end up. If we can all agree on that. I don't think we think Greenwood's going to be a right winger. I see him as a centre forward. How many times has he actually played centre forward? Do you get what I mean? He's not being implemented correctly. Look at even the whole Angel Gomez. I always think he's another one who got away. There's a lot of players who we've had, who would come in handy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the lack of creation that comes from our squad, we've got players who are creators. Look at Donny. You know what I mean? Look at everyone's not the biggest fan of Lingard, but Lingard's got a very big goal threat to him. Even if he's not going to be your archetypal number 10 and create, he brings a goal threat. You know what I mean? He's not been implemented enough from when he's come back. Rightly so, he wants to go. Do you know what I mean? So I think the next manager, whoever comes in, one thing that the next manager will be looking at is, like, regardless of, one thing he will have to be wary of is the Glazers. But if he can come in and bring his own coaching staff in with the players what we've got, and I've said this, I'm sure I've said this when Mourinho went, but the next manager who comes in, he's got a very good squad to work with. Yeah. If the next manager who comes in is someone who can convince a Pogba to stay, or we get roundabout enough, we sort that situation out. If we can get a Pogba to stay, if you can say we have a Pogba, midfield Pogba, Fernandes, Van der Beek, add whoever you want to the mix defensively, then look at your forward line, look at the defensive line, goalkeepers. We've got a very good squad. We should be challenging. There's no way that you can't say we shouldn't be, even if we're not first or second or third, we should be a few points behind whoever is first. We should maybe be in fourth place, right behind them. Do you get what I'm saying?
I say this all the time. We're good enough to compete. Big up to Ivorian. He had to dip out. Dan will be back. Make sure it's in the YouTube title, people, so you can survive. You can subscribe to Ivorian's channel, Red United. You can also subscribe to our channel. Corey's a part of Big Six Mans. Both channels are in the title, people, so you can click on them right now if the show's live, and it will take you to the YouTube. Go and subscribe. Get Big Six Mans to 1K. I'm not sure what Ivorian's channel's on in terms of subscribers, but you can subscribe to both right now. So before we close out the show, people, because we are going to run right into the Villarreal versus Manchester United, watching them because it kicks off in 20 minutes. We're going to get from JV, Eddie, Corey, and Ahmed as well who they want, like who their first choice pick is in an ideal world and why. So you know what, Ahmed, we'll start with you. Who's your first choice pick and why for manager? So you can pick one. So it don't matter if it's not real, like it has to obviously be someone we've been linked with, but say for instance you go for Zidane, it's like that's cool, you can explain why, even though it's looking unlikely. So who's your first choice if you can pick? Actually, two. I'll change the question. Who's your first choice and who's your second choice?
Well, my first choice is Zidane because we've got a lot of players that he has either worked with or wanted to work with. Also, having Zidane means that we've got a £90 million asset that's just going to walk out the door for free. I'm convinced that if we got Zidane, he's staying. So, also, like Zidane, his pedigree is like you can't question Zidane's pedigree, even though I've seen certain people on Shameless do it. Like you can't, because we're talking about a guy that
told me he didn't raise Zidane. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was insane.
That's crazy. Man won 3 Champions Leagues in a row and people doubting his credentials. That, you know what that tells you, people in life, do what you want because you will never win. Man won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. in a row.
So at the end of the day, it was like a Spurs fan and an Arsenal fan. So we're not gonna take them that seriously.
Man won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. You know how many great teams haven't won that competition since it's been created? Hasn't won.
3. You know what this means? 3 to them, nil. 3-0. Respect, man. Respect. No, but as I said, Zidane, honestly, like he's the number one choice. He's won Champions Leagues back to back, 3 of them. He's won La Liga even without Cristiano Ronaldo. He showed, like, I like his philosophy. It's smart. It's attacking. That's why for me he'd be perfect. But other than him, I'm honestly looking at some of the others. Ten Hag, I think he's a bit of a genius. So I'd love having him as well. But Poch is in my top 3, 100%. My only reservation with Poch is that his excuse, in quotation marks, excuse was always he's never had the backing that other managers had. But even when not having that, he's got very far with Tottenham. And we already know that this Man United board, like they're in love with him. So a lot of people are saying, you know, it's because he's used to working like with a tight budget. But Ole has absolutely nothing to him, and he got all the money he wanted. So I doubt that they wouldn't give Poch the same kind of funds. So he'd have to prove, if he became the Man United manager, he'd have to prove that the reason he didn't win was simply a money and a player quality thing, and not a quality of the manager. So them 3, Ten Hag, Zidane, and Poch. Zidane's number 1, and then I'm indifferent between Ten Hag and Poch because I think they're both top coaches.
Right, and you lot get the likes up as well. We have gone over 40 likes, so big up to you lot. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, whether you're watching this live or watching this back. Over to you, Corey, as well. Like, who's your top 2 picks?
Yeah, so my first one's definitely Zidane. The CV speaks for itself. The champagne football speaks for itself. Just winners. It's just a winner's circle. He's just a winner. Like, where he just wins. Whatever you want. Like, if you want to be president in France, brother's president in France. Like, that guy. Like, he's just a winner. Nothing. You can't ask for anything else. Like, if I could have him, 100% I'd have him. But obviously, he wants to be in France, and fair dues to him, innit? But second,
according to his wife, it doesn't rain in France, innit? What we mean?
I mean, let's ignore that one. But,
ignore that one.
Yeah. So, second person would either be, I can't lie, it would be Ten Hag. His football is great. Like, I want to see Ten Hag under like Diallo and someone like Van der Beek as well. Obviously, he's been under Van der Beek anyway. But the football he plays. I want to be popping teams. I don't want anyone else holding the ball. Like, you see that City game that we played, where like for like 75 minutes we didn't have the ball.
Yeah, facts.
That's the football I want to be having. I want to grind them down, knowing that you're never going to touch that ball. That's what I want, and he can definitely have that football. If we don't get him, he's going City when Pep leaves. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I've heard that, and that link makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, because he's already worked under him at Bayern, innit?
He worked under. Okay.
He worked under Pep at Bayern, bro.
Yeah.
So that's probably already in process, fam. You know how City don't mess around. City don't mess around.
They plan properly. Eddie, you know me. Your 2. Who's your 2 managers you're looking at? Where you're like, they're the 2 I want.
Number 1 would be Zidane for all the reasons mentioned already. Just, you know, he could come in, hit the ground running, and maybe make something big out of this season. Number 2 is actually Poch. For similar reasons, I think the biggest thing going in his favor is that he has a level of synergy and just.
I think Eddie's broke up there. Yo, Eddie. Yeah, I think he'll be back. You.
And then LVG.
Yo, Eddie, you broke up there. You broke up there a little bit. Say that again, Ten Hag. No, it's not on you, man.
No. I think Ten Hag will be my 3rd one. Poch is my 2nd. And I just wanted to say that Poch, like has been mentioned above, he's a favorite of the people who are in charge of this operation. So, you know, the levels of communication won't be as bad. And again, when you have an LVG or even a Jose to that extent, they're not impressed by that upper management room. And so I think with Poch, he comes from the perspective that we're all in this together, which is drastically different than a Jose and LVG, who were just like, I can get this done, just get up out of the way. These guys strike me as they want to be involved, although, you know, much can be said about how much their involvement has led to where we are right now. So, yeah, I'm just going to go Poch 2nd, Zidane 1st.
Okay, fair enough. JV, quickly before we close out.
I want Zidane. My only thing with Zidane is this whole rumor of him not having the best English. That's my only drawback on him.
To be fair, most of our team speaks the language he speaks as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
French,
it's just like
Spanish, Italian.
That's what I mean. I reckon he will be able to. I don't think it will be too much of a problem. It's maybe the English players who probably will suffer in that term. But he can get an interpreter in that. You know what I mean? We've seen that before. You know what I mean? I can't imagine his English is that bad.
But yeah, and he can learn as well. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pick.
He can learn, but I can't. Like, I don't know. It's
them Englishman can learn fucking French.
We've all played. We've all. I know I have, but I know JV has. I've played ball with man who don't speak English too tough, and like over the few weeks and few months, and probably the same for you, Corey.
Yeah,
they pick it up. You pick it up because you're in constant 100%. Communication. They pick up the swear words first, but they pick up the conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They pick up the swear words first, but they get there eventually. Zidane, you're in and around. If you're in Manchester, you are going to pick it up. I'm saying because he probably can speak. He probably speaks some form of English now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it won't be completely foreign to him.
It'll be broken English, innit?
Yeah, it'll be broken English. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
and who's your second?
Ten Hag. I just don't see us getting him. I don't see. I think he's the next. He's the next coming out of that. Ajax, Johan Cruyff. Look, he's already got the hint of Pep. The hint of Barca in him from Pep, you know what I mean? He's next coming out of that school. So for me, I think he's got higher climates than us already because of how we're moving. I think he's already got higher prospects for me. I'm actually interested in the whole Luis Enrique one because he comes from that Barcelona thing as well. I think we need someone with a strong philosophy behind him. Obviously, he's just not. He's only been managing international and for a bit, and he weren't managing Barca for too long before that. So I don't know. I think they've got a lot of homework to do, but I just don't think we're consistent enough. I reckon we're just gonna go for Zidane or Poch. I don't really want Poch. I just don't see the whole point of getting Poch. I really don't. I reckon we should have went for Conte then. If you're gonna get Poch, I don't see. Conte's more of a winner for me than Poch. I don't really know.
The winner thing I get. For
me with Poch, I honestly think they want Poch because they've already seen how Poch has had to deal with the Tottenham board. You know what I mean? And they know they're of that certain same ilk, so we can work with him. You know what I mean? That's tight pocket. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I honestly think that is more of a draw for them than Poch's actual style because I don't think they have any clue on Poch's style. I don't think they have any clue on that. They don't know about that. They want Poch so much because they probably heard. He's at Tottenham. Tottenham owners were tight. They didn't give him anything for a season, and he worked wonders. He ticks boxes for us. Yeah, he'll be able to come in. They're probably thinking we might not even have to give Poch any money. He'll come in and he will. We'll probably give him 50 mil. Go get one player. Go get even at 80 mil. Go get one star. All you need is a star for this. Go get a star. Fill in a gap in the squad, and they'll probably think Poch can deal with that for then the next 2-3 seasons. So that's where I think they are with Poch. I don't think it's a footballing decision. I think it's more of a business decision, and I think that's what has put us in bad stead for a long time. It's all been business decisions. It was probably cheaper to get Ole because it was probably cheaper when we hired Ole than to get anyone else. So he knows the club and he knows everyone. All right, get him. So that's where I think it is. That's what I probably think it's been. So it's one of them for me.
For me, Zidane makes perfect sense for all the reasons everyone's mentioned. That's why Zidane was top of everyone's list. Like, man won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Shut up, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Like anyone doubting Zidane, anyone doubting Zidane for anything other than the language barrier is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, like for me, do you know what it is? He will be able to walk in and every single one of those players will go, yo, that's Zidane.
That's Zidane.
That's Zidane. Do you get what I'm saying? No matter any sort of management stuff, straight away they've got a lift because it's Zidane. It's one of the greatest footballers of all time.
Yes.
And then you'll be getting Ronaldo and Varane and even Pogba to an extent telling them, yo, my man's this and this and you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even Martial, the Frenchman will be hyping him up to him. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. It's different from there already. And then he will get to the management stuff and they'll see how much of a boost and how different that is. So for me, it's a no-brainer. If he wants to come, if he can tell his wife calm, cool, and settle, you know what I mean? Then I think we're live. But I don't think. I don't think he's gonna come.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why I asked the question. Do I believe he lands? No.
Zidane
But
ain't
for me,
coming, fam.
Zidane would be first choice. Yeah, I don't believe he lands either. For second choice, it probably would be Ten Hag. With the Poch thing, I was big on Poch, but I feel kind of like we missed the boat initially when that was supposed to happen. I'm going to run through this quick because obviously the game about to start. And we're going to do the watch along. What, that we missed the boat on Poch? Absolutely not. No, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We can't do anything correct. Yeah.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, we all know everyone. I think at the start, everyone wanted Zidane. Yeah, and I'm just not so. I'm not surprised we're getting like our third choice. Like, this is it.
I would take any of them though, because like I said, it would be Zidane, Ten Hag, and then Poch for me. But I think because where of the talent our squad is and the investment that any manager will get, we are not that far away from being able just to compete. People are talking about winning. I want to be back in the conversation because if we're in the conversation,
I want to be winning, fam.
At Liverpool, no, of course, but you have to win. You have to compete first.
You know what's mad though?
You're not going to honestly believe we are to winning. Like that's not going to happen. Go on.
I honestly believe with the squad we have, any one of these managers would get us there. I honestly believe any one of these managers would get us in there.
Any manager we've mentioned, so whether it's Zidane, whether it's
squad for squad compared to Chelsea. What are we saying? Our squad.
It's just the mid. It's the mid. Do you know what they need to key? The key area is that midfield area. They need to sort that out.
That's it. If we just got a defensive midfielder, then it's
100%. And then we're talking, and I believe a good manager does.
And like not a box to box, but more like a
right back.
A right back as well. But we need both the DM. But we also kind of actually, depending on whether you want to play Donny 10 or you want to play Donny further back. You need
look what you're saying there, though, Ahmed. Options. You know what I'm saying in that? Yes, I want to win, but like I said, it's all about competing. I just want to enjoy football again, first and foremost. I'm looking forward to this game. The first time since I've been creating content, I'm actually looking forward to United watching them. Like I'm going to be watching the game with like, let's see something just because it's something different. You know what I'm saying? But we are going to close.
Bro, I'm rejuvenated now, cuz.
Yes,
I'm just saying, I'm rejuvenated.
Is the correct word. Rejuvenated.
I'm back in this motherfucker, man.
In the words of Stringer Bell, innit? In the words of Stringer Bell, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, me put the word out there. We back up. You know what I'm saying? We back up, man. We back up, baby. But love to everyone that's locked in again. Don't forget the Big Six Bands. The YouTube channel is in the title. Red United TV, which is Ivorian. Subscribe, large up to Ivorian. Big up JV on his return. Eddie in the building. Corey from Big Six Bands. Ahmed, Dan Sillyman as well. Large up everyone that's locked in. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. Don't forget, as soon as this live stream ends, the watch along stream is going to start. So stay right there. Just on the YouTube channel. So all you have to do is just click the link and we'll be giving you the Villarreal versus Manchester United live watch along. We're gonna see everyone's big up to that's Monts in the building as well. Says big up to Big Six Pants in the building, in it familiar.
Big Six
Looking forward to this, Monts, baby. Yeah, but shout out Monts. But yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. Quickly, we'll go to you, Dan. Anything you want to add before we leave?
See you lot on watch along. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be outstanding. We're finally gonna, you know what I'm saying? Ollie's gone, blood.
Let's go. Let's go. Ahmed, what are you telling me? Anything quickly you want to add? Ahmed, anything quickly you want to add before we leave?
Subscribe to Sarcasm C and follow me on Instagram at AhmedOMX.
There you go, people.
He's gone, Mandem.
He's gone. Corey, anything you want to add before we leave quickly?
Listen, Rose, get this win. Get this win today, boys. Yeah. Let's just take it home now. Now, you know, it's time. Let's just get it.
I want to see a dominant performance.
Eddie, anything you want to add?
Nah, shout out all the Mandem. Shout out everybody in the chat. Let's get this dub. Let's get this draw. Let's just survive.
Come on,
we'll move to the next day. That's it.
JV on this to get me illustrious return. Great to have you back, my brother. Anything you want to add?
Ollie in the bin.
Let's go. Trash, dog. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Mandem United podcast special. See you lot on the watch along. Big up.